As time goes on, we still get to nothing about the Elder Scrolls 6. Speculations, rumors, and fan theories are all we are left with. Where is the next Elder Scrolls going to be at? For starters, if the next game is going to be province-based like its predecessors, then I'm going to rule out Morrowind, Skyrim, High Rock, and Cyrodiil because we've already been there. And as the terms for Valenwood and the Somerset Isles, we'll get to that later with the Elder Scrolls Online. Blackmarsh, aka Argonia. This is considerable. With established lore, we know very little about this place. We know that Blackmarsh is independent from the two major factions in Tamriel, the Empire and the Thalmor. We also know that they hate the Dark Elves and invaded southern Morrowind. This leaves a lot of room to create whatever you want. So this is a considerable place for the next Elder Scrolls. Elsewhere. This is again considerable. This is a lot like Blackmarsh. Unknown. Elsewhere is aligned with the Eldermere Dominion at the moment, acting as a client state, and it's separated into two factions, and that is about it. We know a lot about the Khajiit, and we don't really know what they have when it comes to history, but there's a lot of room to make a new story. I don't know if they plan on doing anything in the past related, or if they end up doing something brand new. We won't obviously know until the game comes out, but there's a lot of room to actually create stuff with. Hammerfell. This is probable. Despite everything, Hammerfell is a desirable place for a story. A lot is known. The forebear crown and crown's relationship is still very tense, even though they are currently at peace with one another after the Great War. The crown's favor tradition and the forebears favor the new. This also makes room for a story to make. Following the line, during the Great War, Hammerfell united and fought the Dominion. This is also becoming a good place to make a story. Thus, they became independent from the Empire after the Great War ended, and fought against the Dominion, and later defeated them and made another treaty with them. You could possibly make a new story for this now independent province, and how are they going to react after the following of the Great War and their war themselves. This leaves a lot of room to make a story about the future of Hammerfell, and if it will ever become under the threat of the Eldermere Dominion again, or if it will be attacked by the Empire, or maybe even aligned with the Empire due to the fact that the relationship between Hammerfell and the Empire are still very tense. The Somerset Isles and Valenwood. Now remember when I said I was going to bring this back to the Elder Scrolls Online? Despite the Elder Scrolls Online not necessarily taking part in the main, storyline of Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls Online still takes place predominantly in Valenwood and the Somerset Isles. Throughout the expansions, we've been able to return to Cyrodiil, High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, all places we have been to. Granted, this is why I believe that now Valenwood and the Somerset Isles are the predominant locations of the Elder Scrolls Online, and thus we will not see them in the future games of the Elder Scrolls series. Personally, this is the most unlikely candidate for a location, considering this is what we've been shown already, and this was the new location of the Elder Scrolls games. Now that we're done with the provinces, this is what I personally believe the next Elder Scrolls is going to take place, and this is what my theories are on where it's going to be and what's going to happen. I hope you enjoy it. Tamriel. In my opinion, this is the most likely of the locations we're all going to see, with the entire continent we have to explore. With modern day consoles and the technology, we have every opportunity to do it. The most likely place we'll see is, in fact, all of the continent. Games like The Witcher 3 and Dragon Age Inquisition, and even the previous entry of Skyrim through its remastery, show what we're actually capable of with the next-gen consoles. This is my best guess, and this is my opinion alone of what the next Elder Scrolls will be. I believe that it's going to be following the second Great War of the storyline of the next Elder Scrolls. This seems highly likely because if we are able to explore all of Tamriel, we're going to be able to follow the Great War very well. It is hinted in Skyrim that another Great War is inevitable by both the Thalmor and the Empire. With every game, Bethesda keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I see this as the best opportunity. Now granted, is this likely? Maybe it isn't, but I personally believe we have the technology to do it. we've seen everywhere but Blackmarsh, Ellisware, and Hammerfell. And if you've noticed, in the Elder Scrolls Online, all the expansions include places that we've already been to. Personally, I believe that Bethesda will be using this as an opportunity to create one game that is for everyone to play in one single sitting. Now, what I'm saying is all theories. It isn't necessarily true. I believe that this is what I personally believe is going to happen. I mean, granted that they released a statement earlier in the year. No, this is actually 2017. It was last year when they made this, but they didn't have the technology to create this world. And my guess is they're still developing an engine that is going to be able to handle all of this stuff. Now, can they do it? Yes. Bethesda has history for making thought out worlds that are enormous in scale, and it managed to have the depth that The Witcher has, but has the exploration as any other game. Now, any of these regions are likely. As a recap, I believe the highest and most likely place the next game will take place is all of the continent of Tamriel, and the next would probably be Hammerfell. Ellisware and the Black Marsh are tied, and I see Valenwood and the Somerset Isles as highly unlikely, considering the Elder Scrolls Online features those two locations as the predominant new location of all of the Elder Scrolls games. Now, will this happen? I don't know. I want to know your opinions, guys. This is a brand new idea that I've thought out of. I've been making these new lists and theory videos a little bit now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to know your thoughts on where you think the next Elder Scrolls is going to take place. If you agree with me, I don't know what you guys want to. I just want to hear you guys what you think, and I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you like this, please subscribe for more content and give this a like if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys around. Peace.